Hey Procraftinators! Today I'm so excited to be a part of Renee from Delaney Jane Cards 500 subscriber celebration hop. This is so cool, guys. So those of you that have been here before know that Renee and I are good friends and we do a collaboration every month. And she has finally gotten to 500 subscribers. That is such a big milestone. So we are doing a hop to celebrate this, and there will be one lucky winner who will receive a $25 gift certificate to the Not Too Shabby shop. The gift card is open to both US and international winners, and the more comments you leave along the hop, the more chances you have to win. All right, now that we got that out of the way, I have stamped the Concord 9th Grateful for Everything floral piece from that stamp set. And I stamped it a couple times to make sure that I got a nice, crisp, bold black image. And now I'm going to pull out another piece of watercolor cardstock. It's Fabriano Hot Press 140 pound cardstock. And I am just going to stamp a part of the image, the main big flower in the middle here. And I don't care that it looks kind of crappy here because I'm going to end up fussy cutting this out a little bit later. Now, I did not show any of the coloring in this video because we had a 10-minute time limit here. And I did use my Dr. P.H. Martin's Hydrus watercolors, and I have the set number 3, but I did mix some of my own colors. So now jumping ahead here, the image is watercolored, and I stamped it on a Avery full sheet removable label paper. And then I used my scan and cut, which I just recently got, to cut the image out. And I stuck it over the watercolored flower very carefully. I suggest that if you have a light box or something along those lines, to use that to help you line the mask up. I was too lazy to grab my Cricut Bright Pad, so I just used my phone, my flashlight on my phone to line it up. So once I put the image on, I put the stencil over the top, and I used the Neat and Tangled, what was it? The Neat and Tangled Modern Triangle stencil, and put that over the top. And now I'm using Distress ink and Tumbled Glass to lightly go over the stencil and the entire background. And then when I get done with that, I'm going to use Distress ink in Peacock Feathers to go over the edges, just the very edges of the card panel, to darken up the edges just a little bit, to add some interest. So I do want to talk about Renee here for a minute while we're ink blending and not doing much else. That's interesting, at least. So like I said, Renee and I are good friends, and I honestly believe that I would have not continued doing this whole YouTube thing if it wasn't for her. She has been my #1 supporter, and I'm sure that there are a few other people out there that feel this way too. She's really amazing. She's very encouraging. There are a lot of times that I get stuck on a card and I snap a picture and send it to her, and she'll give me advice, and she's really just been a very good friend to me when there are people that have been in my real face-to-face life that have not been that encouraging and that supportive of me and what I do. And when I'm having a bad day, or I just feel discouraged with the analytics on my channel, or just whatever, she's just always there and always has an encouraging word for me. So she really just deserves this hop and the things that are coming her way. I just know she's going to be a great big star, I guess, on YouTube. I just know she's going to do great things. All right, so I've done my ink blending, and now I'm pulling off the mask. And I do want to note that if you do use this Avery label paper for masking, you don't want to get it really wet. So you saw that I did spray some shimmer spray on it, but I would not like soak it in shimmer spray or anything, extremely wet, because it will not do well with wet things, extremely wet things. All right, so now I'm taking that same floral stamp and I'm stamping it on the inside of my card, because if you've been here before, you know I do the insides of my cards. So we're going to stamp it in tumbled glass distress ink. And I don't really care that distress ink doesn't stamp perfect, because this is the inside of my card. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm going to take the Altenew Quilled Elegance stamp set, and I've got a stamp that says "You Are My Favorite" from that stamp set, and I'm going to stamp that in Memento Tuxedo black ink. And I had a little problem with my stamp being a little curved. Apparently when I put it back in the case that I store them in, I store most of my smaller stamp sets in DVD cases. Apparently when I stuck it to the case, it was curved, and now it didn't want to go back straight. So I fiddled with that a little bit until I decided that it was straight enough. And then we're going to stamp that. And there we go. And then once I get that done, I believe we're going to assemble the card. And I didn't mention earlier that you probably noticed that my card front, the center rose was not, I think it's a rose. No, I lie, it's not a rose, it's a peony. The center rose was not colored all the way in, and that is because I'm going to, we're not going to assemble the card yet, duh. So as you can see here, the center of the peony is not covered in, and that is because remember I stamped 2 of them. And that is because I cut out the center peony on the second panel, and I colored it in. Well, I colored it in and then I cut it out, but whatever. We're going to pop that up. So I just wanted to have the edges colored just in case somebody's looking at the card from the side or something, that they don't see a completely white peony. So I've got this sentiment came from the Concord 9th Grateful for Everything stamp set, and it says, "I'm grateful for you," I believe. I just made this card like 2 days ago, and I can't even remember what the sentiments are. My short-term memory is not good, guys. So we are stamping that in Versamark, and then we are going to emboss it with Ranger Gold embossing powder. I thought that was a nice touch with the colors that we had going on. Plus, I don't really have a ton of colored embossing powder, so got to go with something kind of neutral. And then, after I clean up this mess, we are going to assemble the card. I'm almost positive on that one. And I hope you can't hear my dog snoring in the background, because she's snoring really loud right now. So I've got Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. I'm going to put my card panel on my card base. And I do weigh that down with my stamp platform, because it was pretty warped. I almost used score tape, but the last few days I have not been able to get card panels on straight, so I did not trust myself with the score tape today, or this day. Then we're going to pop that center peony up on the foam tape. And I use X-Fasten foam tape, which I get from Amazon. And I'm not going to show the whole process of the foam tape. Don't worry about that, because I used lots of little itty-bitty bits to get this oddly shaped thing on there. And I did spray my flower with the DIY shimmer spray. That wasn't shown on camera. And after we score the card one last time to make it nice and flat, here is the finished card. So I hope you enjoyed the card today, and do be sure to check out the next person in the hop, which will be linked in my description box below. And also make sure that you check out the very important person today, Renee at Delaney Jane Cards. I'm sure she'll be along the hop at some point. And as always, have a great day.